the intro.
Hello. Happy 4th of July to those who live in the U.S.
Well, that you can't. Well, we can say Happy 4th to people around the world, you know.
Well,
yeah,
happy 4th
especially if they're losers like David from the mother country.
It's not,
Especially if you're from like Britain, you know, bunch of losers.
it's not the 4th for most people now than in another part of the world. So,
Well, there's a whole book where you talked about it earlier on another show. It's called The Last Emperor, The Last King of America, or The Last Emperor of America. It's all about King George III and the real reason why we separated from Britain. It's a fascinating 1,500-page read if you're bored one night.
I'm bored right now. Sorry.
I can tell, yes. So there you go. Okay. And this is... Well, I'm the comic relief. Thank you very little. See, I realize David's not here, so with the three of you, I have to be like a midget at a urinal and be on my toes. That's all I can say.
Sorry, that was not very nice of me, but I don't know. I got books at 9 in the morning. My brain's just
yeah,
barely awake right now.
For the intellectual part of the show, we're done now. Go ahead.
Yeah, because we're gonna be reading some fun other things that I find very fun that I am like all obsessed with. For those of you joining us through the podcast or through YouTube, we're doing Am I the Ally edition? Where's the go?
You're back now. Maybe you should plug in your phone. I don't know.
Yes, you are the asshole. Wait, should we have drinks first? I feel like Rachel needs one.
Well, what we're doing today is we're also having drinks at 9 a.m. I just pulled up having drinks. Let's share what we all drinking. You've got your huge bottle of vodka there.
Okay,
so my choice is this, or
there we go.
That's Irish whiskey. We have Japanese whiskey. We've got 40-year-old Scotch, and then we have 50-year-old Scotch over there. So I have to make a choice. Japanese whiskey it is.
Okay.
That's not very American.
Pearl Harbor.
Okay. So that's good.
I know. I already told him, Rand. He doesn't have any crap from the U.S., he says.
Yeah, I don't buy that crap. I only drink good stuff, please. There's no... We don't make good whiskey here.
Vicky, are you making like a vodka mimosa?
I'm making the screwdriver because I don't have any champagne, obviously. So, but it's in a champagne glass because I'm bougie like that. But I have Ukrainian vodka in solidarity with my people that are, you know, going through the shit right now. So, cheers.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to drink right now. I got to pop open the cork here from this Japanese whiskey.
Come on, I need this clearly. Let's go.
Yeah, I do too.
Jar of vodka as well. A lot of vodka here.
I need more.
To show up your mason jar of vodka.
Moonshine. Let's say it's moonshine.
Moonshine. My grandmother made that on the farm.
I've got Korean alcohol, of course.
Soju.
Peach or citron? I think I'm gonna go with citron. I haven't tried this one to go with my lime soda. Okay.
Perfect.
Cheers.
I'm
I can't believe I'm drinking.
Cheers, everybody.
Huh?
I am. I do this every day.
Happy 4th.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, America.
To America.
Okay.
To America. Oh, God, that's way too much.
Is it happy birthday or happy anniversary? Whatever.
It's something.
It's birthday. It's the birth of the nation. It's a birthday.
I poured too much in.
I did way too much hot vodka. I'm going to be falling off this chair.
That's going to be a great show. We're probably not going to be doing social intercoursing. We're just going to run this straight through. This is going to be great. By the end of the show, Vicky's going to be like, listen, I know all of you. You're all my friends.
So, you know what? Also, I was going to say, if you guys have shots, we should take a shot every time we think somebody is an asshole.
We'll be drunk in 5 minutes.
We'll just take a sip of our drink. So let's start. I don't know. For those of you guys who don't know what Am I the Asshole is, it's a whole thing on Reddit threads where people they give their scenarios. something that happens to them personally, and they ask, am I the asshole? And people weigh in and give them their opinions.
Sure.
So, it's a hashtag AITA, and people will write YA or YTA, you're the asshole, or not the asshole, NA, or not the asshole, NA, or no assholes here is like no NAH. Anyways, it's there's a whole thing. So we're gonna start.
So with the haircut, you are really into this hashtagging. Oh, we're not talking about.
Can you read my name label?
Let me see what Rachel is. Here. So I'm dyslexic. So when I read it, it says Rachel wants to talk about her hair because she looks now that she's 19.
Wait, I can't moderate or whatever. Moderate this. I can't kick Steven off.
You asked me to come on the show. I am here. You have to live with your life decisions. It's the same thing I told my parents when I came out of the womb. You have to live with your life decision. I'm here now. There you go.
I think this means, yes, Steven is the asshole.
Yeah, Steven is the asshole. Yes.
Cheers.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay.
Yummy.
One asshole down.
One asshole down. We're doing 4th of July edition. So I went and got some.
And she's gone again.
What is going on? What is going on?
It's your connection, I think.
This is what happens.
Just so you know, the only thing David does, other than sit there and look pretty, and he does that very well, by the way, he's the one who does the intros and the outros and all the credits. All the stuff that happens, like all the boards and all you guys and all your stuff, that's all me. Okay. I'm not touching anything.
Steve, are you drunk already?
I'm not drunk already. No.
It's the cat.
All right. We'll get the cat. Blameless. He's here sleeping already. Okay, Prince, you're okay.
Like most of her dates, because they're old. Go ahead. So.
He's a baby.
Dang, someone is like.
I also like him young. Just so you know, I like them all ages except for just not illegal.
Like Vicky. Go ahead. So,
18-year-olds.
Vicky's like, when's your birthday? Call me in 6 days.
Okay. But in what country?
How does it work? You read the story and then we weigh in and
you're going to weigh in.
Okay.
So, ready?
Oh, Randy's being serious. Okay, never mind. All right, let's
get
on
and again,
I want to hear about someone else's train wreck of a life besides my own, so I'm excited.
Thank you for bringing this all in, Ranji. Thank you. So this is 4th of July edition, and this one is instead of "Am I the asshole?" it's "Would I be the asshole?" because they haven't gone yet.
Okay.
Would I be the asshole for not wanting to 4th of July barbecue? Okay. My wife, 35, and I, 35, had an argument today about the 4th of July barbecue of all things. Core issue is that I don't want to cook for a bunch of strangers, while my wife thinks it's not that big of a deal. I wanted to post a bunch of they have spelling mistakes. I wanted to post to a bunch of strangers because I'm not sure if I'm the weird one or not. I think I'm drunk. Okay. A bit of a background. Before the pandemic, we used to host get-togethers with close friends during holiday occasions. I'm the one that cooks during these occasions. She doesn't like to cook. Oh, I love that. I love that he cooks everything. And generally prefers my cooking, so I cook. And I don't mind rolling up my sleeves and cooking for our friends and family. The usual occasions, 4th of July, Friendsgiving, and New Year's. As I'm sure is true for most folks, we kept to our bubble during the pandemic. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go. He became more antisocial during the pandemic. Wife missed having in-person hangouts. So, with most of our friends' circle being vaccinated, we decided it would be a good idea to host a vaccinated 4th of July barbecue. Wife decided she set up the invite list, and I figured it's the usual suspects. I had no issues until I saw the invite list. Over half the people were people I vaguely knew but didn't really know, and their spouses. I was really upset by this, and she hadn't mentioned that she invited a bunch of random people we haven't talked to or met. I told her as much. Her response was, I'll be cooking up a storm anyway. What's a few more people? She also said that I needed to network more, and this was a good opportunity to meet new people and make more friends. But this is precisely why I'm so upset. Maybe it's the pandemic getting to me or being halfway through my 30s. But I really don't want to spend my time and effort cooking for people that I don't even care or know of. I get that these are her friends and acquaintances that she wants to get to know better, but I'll be the one cooking for everyone. There's going to be 30 people or something. barbecuing for a bunch of strangers I don't care for. Really over the whole networking thing, and it's a two-way street. I don't even know these people. They're rambling. On top of that, when I cook these things, I don't like
Why we
cheap
pick this
outs.
one?
Well, I picked it because it's better. It's still like, there's some that are so obviously they're the asshole.
Right.
Oh,
I have
okay.
I have a question.
Gotcha.
I have a question, teacher. I have a question. Is this written in the pandemic, or is this written like today?
This one, some
That's
of
what I
them
wanted to
are
know.
some of them are more recent. This one was 2 years ago.
Okay, so no, he's not an asshole. I totally agree with everything you just said. Yeah,
But-
I'm okay with that. If he said it today, then yes, I'd be like, dude, you got to chill. But yeah,
This is
2 years ago,
Tuesday.
I'm good.
But he's not really worried about the pandemic part. What he doesn't like is paraphrasing.
I love that she keeps cutting in and out. This is awesome.
I know, it's awesome.
Like that he has to cook for a bunch of strangers that he doesn't like or know.
Is it
Right.
the cooking of for the strangers, or is it just having the strangers there?
Or is it
It's
the cooking
mostly
of the
cooking
strangers?
for them. So here's
Sounds like he wants to cook the strangers. He's pretty upset.
Okay, paraphrasing the rest. Wife was telling me I can just tone it down and I shouldn't be so against this. I wish we could just order pizza and be done with it. Or she can cook for once and see for once how extra mouths aren't that big of a deal, right? Am I the asshole? Edited. I just want to make it clear I actually don't have an issue cooking for 30 people. I've done it before and I can do it again. It's only possible because my wife also pulls her weight. She's a great person. My only issue is who will be enjoying the fruit of all this labor. I wish it would only be our close friends instead of people I barely know.
All right, so they're divorced now. So it really
Right, exactly.
So yeah, they're done.
The update on this.
Yeah,
They didn't make it through the pandemic.
His whole thing is about he doesn't want to cook for people he doesn't know.
That's so weird to me. Like, for that to be the sticking point, I feel like that's not really the sticking point.
Yeah.
So to
100%
me,
right.
I think everyone is an asshole here. I think his wife is an asshole for not telling him the guest list, first of all, saying that she knows who her husband is. Let's be honest.
We hope. Yeah. She married him.
So she's an asshole for not going over the list with him. And he's an asshole like for saying, I don't want to feed a bunch of people I don't know or like. Like,
get over it.
You've cooked for 30 people before. Like,
this is why I'm not married.
I mean,
other reasons,
like Randy
but
said,
we'll go with that. So.
That's not the issue. The issue here is the marital problems they're having because he resents the fact that she's not cooking in the first place. I think if she just would have cooked for all these people and he just had to show up, it would have been different. But you know, again, there's a sticking point there.
Saying that she's actually a great person, pulls her weight, and takes care of all the guests.
That's what the attorney said to write for the divorce, so he doesn't look like a complete asshole. So the attorney's like, listen, I'm glad you wrote this, but you need to put a disclaimer in because when we go to court, you have to look like a good husband.
I think he edited it after people started commenting, calling his wife, like, oh, she doesn't cook, she doesn't know you. Right. Then he's like, she's a great person.
Well, I feel like.
But you posted him on the asshole.
Like,
why post there if you didn't want someone else to be there?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, he said, why don't we just order pizza and be done with it? But what he's failing to realize is then that's more time that he has to network with the strangers. At least if he's cooking, he's like, nobody's going to talk to him. He's out at the grill.
Good point.
I think this guy wasn't like a socialite to begin with. And so his thing about the pandemic made him less as an extrovert. He became more introvert. I think he's just an introvert to begin with. And this was sort of one of those, like, I like these 10 people. Now you're inviting 20 more. And the other thing also could be, why are we spending like $1,000 on people we don't know? Where if we invite just our close friends, we're spending $500. So there's a lot to this. So like I said, I don't think either. I think both of them have a valid point. So neither of them are assholes. I think just as a couple, they probably just need to have a little dialogue. And since we're not there, and you're only reading, if you will, what he wrote. I don't know the dialogue between what happened. If he goes, honey, and she's like, Papa, take it in. You know what I mean? It's a whole thing. So you really don't know.
Counseling. They need marital counseling. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I have 50-50 if they're still married. So.
Right. Exactly.
This is why we're not married, because I think they're all assholes.
Okay, fine.
Are there any newer ones, Rachel? Are there any ones that are
ones for like today?
Like current? Non-pandemic related?
Yeah,
I
really.
do have her. Listen, not everyone wants to write about 4th of July. Let's be okay.
I know,
Here's
really.
one.
It
From
doesn't
4
have to
days.
be 4th of July themed. I think we 4th of
Yeah.
July, a
I
lot.
said it was a 4th of July theme,
See-
so I only looked up 4th
Okay.
of July.
Okay.
themes,
Listen,
okay?
don't get on.
Wait,
don't-
am I the
she's had a-
asshole?
Yes, you are.
she's had a sip of alcohol now. She knows where you
Right, I
live.
know. She's like angry Rachel now. She's
Yeah,
like,
you're angry, Rachel. She's Philadelphia Rachel right now, and she'll be back in a second.
See?
She's Philadelphia Rachel. She was drunk before she started the podcast, as you can tell, because she can't keep her connection. So there you go.
happy
Please
drunk,
read the next one.
angry drunk.
It's not
Right.
me
That's it.
that can't keep the connection. I think it's you. Everybody's going.
No, because every time you come back, the scroll thingy, you're like popping
Yeah,
in and out.
it's you.
It's reloading.
It is you.
Yeah,
For me, you guys are all scroll thingies and popping out.
Oh no, it's your connection
because your network is trying to catch up.
So here we'll plug a few things. We use StreamYard. StreamYard, we're on the top of the line service, so it's filmed in HD. It goes through their servers, everything. So all you need is an internet connection. So if your little thing is going, that is not us, my love. I'm sorry.
Oh well, to me on my screen it was you guys were all do, and I was stable. That's why.
I know.
So if you're saying it's me, it is me. I will accept that.
There we go. This new haircut, we're gonna get her a wig for next week because it's like listening to my 3rd grade.
Dear
teacher
Reddit,
now
am
yell
I
at
the
me.
asshole when my friends are
right.
mad at me because I keep popping out of the StreamYard,
That's
or
right.
is it
Can I
me?
not just accept the fact that it's my network? You
That's
guys
right.
are assholes for not accepting my.
That's right. That's right. Later, we're gonna bring a van by Rachel's
What do
house
you
and
think
offer her
I
some
can do?
candy.
Who's the asshole?
She's afraid to
Rachel's
say
like,
anything.
oh my gosh. Let me hide in
She's
the
very,
I just have to get
she's
drunk.
very prim and proper with her moonshine, and she's just sitting there going, "God, it's only 40 more minutes, and then I'm passing out."
She's a Southern lady. That's
There you
right.
go.
All right.
I'm a Southern lady. Sorry, I'm getting the vapors.
You guys
So-
ready for the next
Yes.
one?
Oh God, I can't
Yes.
wait.
Hey,
All right. Am I the asshole for not wanting to go to my mom's 4th of July party? Growing up, we always celebrated 4th of July at my grandma's place, but sadly, she passed away 5 years ago. I loved it so much as a kid that I want my kids to celebrate it with their grandparents too, but not my parents, especially not my mom. I came 7 years after my closest sibling, so I was kind of forgotten. My mom was just done having kids. When I was around 11, it felt almost like I was treated more as a roommate and less like her child. So basically, her mom's toxic. I'm not going to go through all this. She's talking about sporting events not coming and blah, 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 calling her an ungrateful child. This year, my mother wanted me to celebrate 4th of July with her and my siblings. Just a little barbecue like the old days, she said. I respectfully declined and told her we were celebrating with my in-laws like I've been doing over since I got pregnant with my oldest. I love my in-laws. They're sweet, wonderful people with good values, and they would certainly never forget their kids. I honestly think I like them more than my own parents. The thing is, though, that a couple months ago, my mother told me she realized she wasn't a great parent and that she wanted to make up for that. I just shut her off. I don't want a relationship with her. I feel really bad because it seems like she really means it this time, but I don't want to ruin a tradition that's been going on for almost 12 years now, and I really don't want my kids around such a toxic person like her. After I declined my mother, my siblings, aunties, uncles, even my father, her ex-husband, have been raging at me, saying I'm overly sensitive, and this is such a Vivian, my name, thing to do. What does that even mean? It's the middle of the night. I'm frustrated. I can't sleep. I think I hear my 8-year-old in the kitchen. Am I the asshole?
why is the 8-year-old in the kitchen?
Is the 8-year-old now? Is the 8-year-old asking if he's the asshole, or is it the mother that wrote this now? So what are we discussing here?
She's just rambling.
Why was that detail added? Okay.
Yeah, really,
My
8-year-old in the
8-year-old
kitchen.
I'm just reading what they wrote.
Okay, ladies, what do you think?
Okay, who wants to go first?
So I
Go
will
ahead.
say that I don't think you are obligated to spend time with anybody that you don't feel valued and respected, even if it's family. So I will say that. Now, if she's being unreasonable, I don't know.
My
So-
take is, why does the rest of her family care whether she's there or not? If it's such a Vivian thing to do and you're so dramatic and whatever, why do they even care if you show up? Go have your 4th of July with your mom. Let her be with her in-laws and call it a day.
That's
Like,
their
who cares if she's there?
That line made
Yeah.
me think, though, because at first I was like, oh, no, you don't have to go to someone who's been toxic to your whole life, even if they're trying to, now that they're ready to change things. But if it's such a Vivian thing to do, well, maybe Vivian's toxic too.
That's what I was. That's
Probably.
Yeah. So,
Well, she's
maybe
raised in that
Vivian
environment.
is
Can you blame her?
an asshole in general, too. And her mom, even when she popped her out, she's like, you're an asshole, Vivian. I don't know.
But also, here, I'll be the voice of reason, which is crazy.
Yay.
So, yeah, right. So the 12, so Rachel, keep drinking. We have bets on when you pass out. But the thing here is that she's been 12 years with her in-laws. And she said her in-laws are very loving and caring and whatever. So she's getting the nurturing she needs from her in-laws. And I think it's fine. I don't think she's an asshole at all. I think,
No.
like, to Reg's point, I can spend time who I want. Like, I like spending my Tuesdays with you ladies, right? And David when he's here, who we're not sure if he's a lady or not. He's in Amsterdam to get a better exchange. We're not sure. But anyway, but that's my Tuesday, makes my Tuesday. I'm very happy with it. But to her point, if I'm not happy with it, why would I spend time with you? I agree with her 100%. I do not think she's an asshole in this.
No.
I think
The fact
I
that
think
she's
this.
up in the middle of the night and bothered by it, though,
Yeah.
there's something weird going on there. It's because everyone's ganging up
Guilt.
on her, and she feels
Well,
like,
it's
yeah,
also, if her mom's trying, and that child in you always wants to connect to your mom no matter what.
Mhm.
So, you're probably torn about that. But it's like, hey, if you're seeming like the asshole to your family, just be an asshole. Go to your in-laws like you usually do.
Yeah.
Protect your children. Keep them away from toxicity because you just don't know. And then be like, Mom, we'll hang out on our own. It's too soon. It's too soon for me to bring my kids around you.
Like
Be
on your
that-
deathbed, Mom.
Right.
That's a good place to hang out. We'll hang out on your deathbed that last hour of your life. Like, here, have a drink. It'll be good. So here you go. I'm trying to help. This is why I have not allowed near children. So I have cordials and everything. So.
Yeah. We're all in agreement on that, right? Okay.
Well,
yes. Wait, did we decide who the
Yeah, you
asshole was,
guys.
though? Oh, okay.
Cheers to that.
cheers, sure.
I'm already on my third one. I don't know what Rachel's doing. She needs to catch up.
Rachel's into her third bottle.
Okay.
So,
Why are you harping on me? I've been sipping. Somebody sitting over there is not really drinking his scotch. So
I'm drinking I'm almost done with my scotch. I'm drinking my scotch. It's almost done.
okay.
Drinking.
Here you go.
Drinking my scotch.
Here's
I'm in
one
Texas.
from 3 days ago.
Uh-oh. This will be good. They're an asshole.
This is
I'm sorry.
Would
No,
I
no.
be the asshole? Well, we'll find out. Okay. Would I be the asshole for not letting my boyfriend go on a 4th of July trip? Okay.
What?
Yes.
I,
Okay.
Go ahead.
have been dating my boyfriend, 25, male,
Uh-huh.
for about a year and a half. We mostly
Okay.
do everything together except for most holidays since he and his family are from a different state. Last year, my boyfriend went with his hometown friends on a 4th of July trip to a lake near Austin. Woohoo! Since that is the state he grew up in. I did not go last year, nor was I really invited, but I didn't mind because I had other plans with my family and we had only been dating for about 5 months. But his other friends were taking their girlfriends of 2 years or so and another friend with his new girlfriend. This 4th of July trip plan rolls around and my boyfriend has been telling me he's excited for me to come this year, 2023, but my boyfriend does not actually plan the trip, but his best friend who does. He informs my best friend there's no space for me this year to come because he forgot about me. Meanwhile, all the other friends' girlfriends are invited but me. When my boyfriend told me, I got really upset because I thought I would get to go from what my boyfriend had said month earlier, even though nothing had been planned at that point. So then I asked him if it was just a boys' trip, which I would have been fine with, but he said no. Then I asked, well, why don't we do our own thing for 4th of July? But he said he really wanted to go on this trip since he has been doing this for the last 6 years and he never gets to see his friends since. I have no plans for the 4th and we'll be just sitting at home. I paused and I waited.
I know. It was very clever.
It's fine. It's done. Keep going.
Vicky, you
No,
just
keep
take another
going.
sip.
No,
Take
keep
another
going. No, I said keep going.
This is-
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
I have no plans for the 4th and we'll just be sitting at home. And I told him I did not want to go since I was not invited because I want to spend the holiday with him. He told me I was being ridiculous, that I could find something else to do for the 4th and not be so dependent on him. Would I be the asshole for not letting him go on this trip? Edit, I would never force him to go. I just do not have that meanness in me. So I would let him decide to go if he wanted to go. I just so sad and alone until Wednesday if he does go.
All right, let me
This
be the
one's
guy.
easy.
Here. No,
Break up
this
with
is
him.
so easy.
I
Yeah,
didn't
thank
know
you.
that.
So easy.
Thank you. This guy,
Yeah.
as
I'm
we
over
would
it.
say, he is a douchebag. This young
Yeah,
lady,
exactly.
she's 24,
Yep.
25. If I'm dating someone, even if if I dated you started the middle of June and it's July 4th, I'm like, I have a party with my friend, you're coming. And if she's like, oh, I'm gonna do something with my family, and you want to go there? No, like you make exceptions,
Mhm.
right? This guy is a douchebag. And just because he's gay and he hasn't told
No,
her
he's
yet,
actually
and he's sleeping with yes, he is.
telling me.
He's doing
He's sleeping with his friends that he's gonna go.
That's
yeah.
right.
Mhm.
He's doing the Broadback Mountain movie with his friends in a
Why?
tent. That's fine.
Why would he want to go on a trip when he has a girlfriend but be the
Yeah.
only person on the trip without his girlfriend there?
Out of
Yeah,
girlfriend.
that's stupid.
Because he's banging one of his other ladies that he's bringing with him that he's not.
Or
There's another
I'm
female
telling you,
going.
gay. He's gay. He's doing
Yeah, there's
Broadback
something
Mountain in
else.
a
That
tent.
friend is an asshole too. How do you forget someone's girlfriend and then don't couples
Yeah.
share a room? Like, how do you not have?
I don't think
room
his friend
for
forgot her. I think that's his bullshit excuse saying that he
Yeah.
forgot her so he can go by himself.
Because the other girl that he grew up with is going to be there, and he's going to be like,
Right.
boom chicka wow wow, or
Right.
the guy he grew up with is a little boom chicka wow wow. Either way, I'm just trying to help
Maybe
out.
the
Right.
friends don't like the girl. Sounds
Well,
like
I bet you they've never met her.
Maybe that too.
Never
Well, no. So I read
Well,
down
that's
in
true. How could
Hobbit,
they not like her?
she did say she has met some of the friends over the
Oh.
their dating
Relationship. Yeah,
She really likes them. They all get along. So
it's him.
people-
Break
So
up.
he's being
how
a
do they not-
it's
they're
him,
like,
yeah.
they don't know
Yep.
you exist.
Yeah.
Red
but,
flag,
you
red
know,
flag.
It's so going to the question, is she an asshole? No. If
No.
she told him
No.
you can't go, yeah, that's an asshole move because you can't tell anybody what to do. Now,
Right.
he's an asshole if he chooses to go and leave you alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I was laughing earlier. It's easy. He's an asshole.
but I don't think
yeah,
she's
no.
gonna break up with him because she says she's sad and lonely until Wednesdays.
Okay. First of
No,
all,
because she doesn't have the balls to break up with him. She would have broken up with him already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
we have,
girl, I'm gonna write to her right now. You are not the asshole.
oh my God, seriously, while we're recording a show, why don't you tell her you're on the YouTube show and she should watch Social Intercourse
Watch.
on YouTube.
She'll know what to do, girl.
She'll know what to do. Listen to us.
Okay,
First
you
of
know
all,
what? I don't have to. So many people have already told her to break up with him. Okay.
right. So let me
We're
help
in
you.
Austin. We will come find him.
Yeah, that's right.
Steven will take him
Yep.
out.
Nunzio and Rocco are going to be here later from New York. That's their job. That's what we pay them to do. This is fine. And our
I like
little
that
Southern
already.
Belle is just sitting in the corner with her moonshine going, I'm getting the vapors. This is so, oh my God.
I would love to have a talk with him. I've got some things to say.
She would castrate him.
Yeah, really. I guess we can't record that talk for legal reasons.
She talked to him behind
Listen,
the woodshed.
I have a friend of mine and she's a DAR. And if you guys don't know what a DAR is, it's a daughter of American Revolution. Like she's like, they trace it back to the like George Washington. She's one of those. And she is a Southern Belle from Atlanta. And she's with the, oh, son, I get the vapors when you swear. I like this stuff. But when she gets mad, I'm like, what happened to that? Oh, sir, I get the vapors when you swear. I go, the stuff that comes out of your mouth will make a sailor blush. And she's like, I know. So it's just hysterical to me. So I'm watching our friend here, and she's like, I'm a prim and proper Southern woman. She gets a hold of this guy, he won't have balls left, and he'll be crying. So
I've never seen Randy angry though, so Rachel would have to comment. I don't know what she's like as
Well, I get
an
mad.
avenging.
I've seen her mad.
Huh?
I've seen her mad.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I haven't, so I can't comment to that.
Still
because-
not like. Well, she gets really mad at people who hurt animals.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm with that.
And stupid
So-
guys.
And stupid people. Just
So 90% of the planet. Good for you. So-
I
That's why you're a
know.
great co-host. That's why you're a great co-host is for the show with the other two, because you guys are all pretty much the same. I
We hate everyone.
People. I know.
So the next post I was going to read
Yes.
was deleted by the person who wrote it because every time he called him an asshole. Everybody calls him an asshole.
Okay.
People commented, "You're exhausting." He deleted it 4 hours ago, but I read it yesterday, so I'm going to tell you guys about.
Of course you are.
He inherited some property,
Okay.
like a big farm property from his grandfather who passed, and his cousins asked to hold a wake on the property, and so for his grandpa on the 4th of July. So he said, okay. And then he found out it's a 4th of July party as the wake. And he hates the 4th of July because he can't stand living in a country where people have lost their freedoms, where, you know, people can't even have affordable housing. Yet he's going to actually sell his land to developers. He's selling his
Vicky's already drinking.
and he went on a rant about how he does not like the 4th of July. And he's told his cousin, you cannot hold the wake here.
Right.
And she said, but I invited like 130 people. His old Vietnam buddies are coming from flying out from, you know, wherever to this wake. And he's like, no. So people said, respond with, you're the asshole. Talk about affordable. You don't like a country where there's no affordable housing, but you're selling your property to developers. And, you know, he got shamed. He deleted his post, obviously.
Good.
Yeah, he's an asshole. There's not even a discussion. He's an asshole. Like, seriously. Who cares? It's 4th of July. It's a wake. Have a wake.
They all should have just showed up and been like, how are you going to stop us? Did you hire security? F you, like all of the guys in.
Non-buddies showing up like, hey.
Right, exactly.
But I have a question, because I'm not of this generation. I'm of the generation where I actually have IQ points, usually in the triple digits or higher. Why am I?
But it's your modesty I love the most.
Can I tell you? Thank you so much, and so do I. Anyway, so, but here's the thing. I have a question. Why am I going on Reddit and asking people if I'm an asshole? I don't get that. Is that a generation thing? Like, I mean, I know if I'm an asshole, because I'm an asshole 90% of the time. I'm okay with it. I don't need to ask anybody. I know if something happens and I reflect on it, and I'm like, you know, you might have handled it differently. Pushing that guy off a building allegedly was being an asshole, right? I get it, but I don't understand why would I go on Reddit and go, are these where are the men? Are there any men left? Seriously, that's all I want to know.
That's another question again.
Ask their advice than your family or friends for advice.
I don't ask anybody for advice. They no clue. If I ask somebody for advice, it's going to be, I've already done every what if game in my mind. And then I'm going to be like, okay,
what if you think you're not an asshole in a situation, but really you are?
Oh,
that's the thing.
I already know.
They write in because there's no one else on their side because they are the asshole. And so the only people that can get on their side are strangers on the internet that they try and like couch this in their favor so that all these strangers will be on their side and they'll be like, hey, I'm not the asshole, you're the asshole, because 50,000, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry's on the internet said I'm not.
Right.
Unlike all the people that actually know me and are part of this conversation think I'm the asshole. They know.
They're looking for validation.
Yeah, I think this.
Yeah, exactly, Ranch.
It's going to happen. It's going to cut in and out today. I think it's because of my new security camera that's hooked up to the Wi-Fi.
Yes, it's that. And you know what else it is? I don't want to mention anything. Anyway, so.
So mean.
It's got superpowers.
I thought you did. You were like Samson. You had the Samson hair. You had superpowers. And internet never had a problem. And now that I don't want to say anything. Zoom. Now, all of a sudden, your internet's cutting in and out. I'm just saying. I think it has something to do with it. You should let your hair go along.
The haircut gave me superpowers. Anytime I don't want to see you guys, I just go.
That's true.
That explains a lot.
You need a break.
The girls I've dated. That's why the girls over the years I've dated got short hair. I got that. I got a superpower now. I got it. Okay, good. Thanks. But to answer your question, if I'm an asshole, I know more I'm an MF than an asshole, because an asshole is not good enough for me. I have to go one step higher. And when I do something, I know in the minute I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, dude, I've already committed, so I have to continue. So it's kind of like that. But I feel I wouldn't go on any like Reddit and go, I'm like, are you kidding?
A lot
I don't
of
think
scenarios are made up. I think people just write it in just for the fun of it.
All right.
It's entertainment. It's
Oh, it is.
pure entertainment.
Watching
also
Vicky
think
get drunk right
people
now is very entertaining. Go ahead. I'm
Huh?
sorry.
No, I don't think people have the self-awareness that you have, Stephen. You're giving
Maybe.
people a little too much credit. I think people don't know when they're assholes.
Yeah. Really?
But
Wow.
it's
There
also
is a
like
generation that's
lots of narcissists here who write in because
Yeah.
they think it's completely fine and they don't understand
Yeah.
why people are mad at them. So
there is a generation that looks for validation outside of themselves via the internet because they
I
don't
guess.
get it
Yeah.
at home or from their friends or what their friends are on the internet. So the internet's become their other friend. And so they're trying to get people, their friend to back them up. You know, they've lived their whole lives posting and giving their opinion and being on social media. So where else are they going to go except there? Like, because
Right.
they don't have any real friends. I don't know.
I think that's a really astute observation right there.
Oh,
I'm going to drink
and-
to that. Cheers.
Oh, me too. Cheers to me. I don't know.
Rachel's going to. Later, Vicky, when you're at Rachel's and she's falling down and she's laying there, can you just send me that video so we can post it?
I'll record it. Yeah, we'll put it on the
you guys
extras.
think I'm gonna get drunk, please.
She hasn't had any alcohol in there.
I know this is the
Is
girl
there any
that
alcohol in
sips, smells wine. Is there alcohol actually in that, or is this just water?
Listen, I've been pouring it from here.
Okay,
I haven't seen it, though.
This is near the end. I've been. Oh,
Okay.
wait, my brother got through security. Cool. Okay.
He's at the airport flying today, ladies and gentlemen.
He's the one
So
messing up your phone.
Okay.
Yes.
On to the next. This is from 2 days ago.
Okay.
Would I be the asshole for not letting my son spend the 4th of July with his dad's family? Me, 32, my son, 8, male. We'll call him John. His father, they'll call him John, passed away in February of this year.
Yeah.
John and I haven't been together for around 7 years, and I'm married now with another child with my husband and a daughter with a relationship before that. My husband also has 3 children from a different relationship.
Jesus.
All of this is relevant to say that it's hard to plan having all of them at the same time for certain holidays. We have split custody. John had 4th of July with my son. I know, you need notes.
Okay. Yeah, like who's who now? Okay, I think I got it straight.
When John passed, my son took it really hard and is healing in his own time. My husband and I have been there to support him in any way he needs. With John's family's blessing, my husband came with me to support my son at the funeral. He brought us, my son, a necklace to carry his dad's ashes in and has generally been a beacon for my son. I have let my son go to his grandma's for Father's Day to celebrate at a time. Spend a week at a time here and there with John's side of the family, be there for every celebration of life they have for him, and even brought him back from summer camp early to celebrate the month anniversary of John's passing. I don't mind any of this, as I feel it will help my son to heal, to be around them and honor his dad's memory. And it's also a way for John's family to have a piece of John around. My son is a spitting image of John. This year, for the 4th of July, I finally have all my kids. And John and I discussed earlier in the year for me to have my son this year. My son's grandma asked me a couple of days ago if they could keep him for the 4th. He's been over there for the last week. And said that they're doing another big celebration for John with a firework finale. And having my son there makes it feel like John is there with them. I told her I was looking forward to having all of my kids, as John and I had discussed. She basically guilt-tripped me, saying that I am not allowing my son to celebrate his father's life. It wouldn't be a big deal to let them have my son like they have in the past when John was alive, and that I was being selfish and that they needed my son. Now, I just don't know. I feel as though my husband and I have been doing our best to make sure he honors his dad's memory and gets to be part of every celebration they've had so far. And I understand this is a hard situation for everyone involved. Would I be the asshole for having him celebrate with my family instead? Edit, she did ask her son what he wants, since he's 8, and he wants to celebrate with her and his siblings, because when he's over at his grandmom's, he feels a lot of pressure to act a certain way because he knows how everyone feels around him, and he can't just have fun.
Be the mom. Say, no, Johnny's coming home.
Right.
Mom's not being an asshole. It is what it is.
John's the dead dad.
What's the
We don't know the
name?
kid's name, right?
No,
Little
no.
Johnny.
Little Johnny.
Yeah.
Well,
Little Johnny is clearly a substitute for the grandparents.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah, the mom
family-
needs to be like.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead,
it's
Rand.
sad. It's really
I-
hard because you don't want to alienate a child from their deceased father's family and stuff like that. But
Right.
she's done everything possible for every celebration. But if she doesn't stand her ground somewhere, then it's going to be every holiday, every they're going to guilt trip her for every little thing. But especially
Yeah, he's
since
become a stand-in for their son there. So, excuse me.
and that's not healthy. That's
Yeah, he's a stand-in.
toxic really quickly if they keep down that
Mhm.
road and latch onto that
Mhm.
as a way to process their son's
Right.
death.
And
Yep,
he's got
yep.
some trauma as it is with losing
Yep.
his dad at 8 years old and then having to take on the burden of trying to act like his dad in a way for
Right.
his
Yep.
grandparents.
Yep.
Yeah. No, be the asshole. Seem like the asshole to them. Let them call you an asshole or selfish. Protect your
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
I agree
was
with that.
just going to say, protect your child.
Yeah.
I agree.
Become the asshole. Do it.
No, I think
Done.
mom's doing the right thing. Yeah, done. That's good. I think that was a good one. Drink more, Rachel. I think that was a good thing. I think,
That one was too easy.
yeah, it was too easy.
Aren't there some really
So for
messed up people in there?
So for everybody that's listening or watching, I should say, because it'll be on the podcast in a couple hours and they'll be on YouTube in a couple hours. If you're watching or listening and you usually do something called social intercoursing, we're not going to do social intercoursing today because this is really just social intercoursing to a
That's
whole
it.
extreme. Next week, when David the gentleman from London is back, because they lost our country, then the ladies will have their show, and then after David and I will join, and we'll have social intercoursing. So there you go, just to give everybody the heads up.
Wait, should we stop and do the after show?
No, at this point, Rachel,
This is pretty much the after show.
This is pretty much the after show. Just everyone's getting into social intercourse instead of social intercourse. Rachel's like, listen, so he's just starting out a show. It's great.
Shut up about my
Randy's seen me drunk in my years. Randy, was I a slobbering mess like that?
Well, you did ride my Great Dane with a cowboy hat.
That sounds wrong. But I also
Excuse me, do we have pictures?
Yes.
Can you send?
Actually,
Can you send me? Can you send me pictures and I will post them
Yes,
on our
amazing.
Instagram and our TikTok channel because Rachel's fans need to see her in a cowboy hat riding a Great Dane.
No, but
Okay.
see, the thing is, I would get on him and say,
I beg your
"Take
pardon?
me for a ride, Yaffle," when I was sober too. So that's not really too far off from me being sober and myself.
That's true.
Okay.
So,
I think we need to add her to our YouTube, our WhatsApp chat, and so she can just post the pictures there, and I can just
I'll
take them
send it. I have
immediately.
them too. I've got them.
Okay. Oh yeah, I want those. I'm gonna.
They're cute.
But David and I are gonna do a whole thing on that now. I can see with his new AI video stuff.
And pictures of me sober. You can't tell the difference because I'm weird and sober.
Wow.
I might be
Rachel-
weird or sober.
Remember last
thought
week when we were
that-
talking? I'm glad that you own that. Remember last week when we were talking about kissing and you like dating and all that stuff? This isn't helping you. So don't tell people like I'm weird, whether I'm drunk or I'm sober. That's not helping.
They need to
So, like,
know. Shouldn't they just know
Listen,
right up front?
I am just
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
and if you
Yes.
accept me, you accept me, and if you
That
don't,
is
move
true.
along.
Right,
So
right. And for the guys that have asked me if Rachel is single, she is, and she will grow her hair back for the right guy. Okay, just so we're clear. So there you have it.
I don't grow my hair or cut my hair for any guy. Okay,
All right, here
Yes,
we
you
go.
would.
I might not
Yeah, I
cut
know.
my bangs for some reason.
Yeah,
I had some requests from my ex not to cut my bangs, but I have bangs right now. He's my ex, so it doesn't matter.
Where are the bangs?
yeah, we don't see them.
They're pinned up because the lady did not do a very good job of cutting bangs.
You said your mom cut your hair.
No, she did the first initial cut, which looked great. Then I
Okay.
went to the salon the next day just to get it, cleaned up a little bit, and the lady cut it even more
Uh-huh.
and did exactly the opposite of what I asked. And what she did, what I asked her not to do. I said, "Please
Uh-huh.
do not do this. Please
Yeah.
do this." And
I
she
see.
did the thing
She's
that I
the
asked.
asshole.
So she's asshole. There you go.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I sent Vicky
Thank you.
and everybody the pictures of me coming out of the salon, and Vicky's like, "She did you dirty." Why?
I believe my response was, "Oh dear."
So you realize you did not send David and I this in our group chat on WhatsApp. So David and I could not make
No.
comments, which is probably a smart thing. So David is going to see
Yeah.
this video, I'm assuming before next Tuesday, and be
He
like,
won't
"Oh
watch.
my God, what happened?" Yeah, he doesn't. He drinks too much. He's sleeping probably.
Yeah,
It's
I
4 in
told
the
him to
afternoon.
Diet Blue. I
Oh,
said
that'd be
Diet Blue,
awesome.
Diet Pink. Just go all out. Just
Yeah,
fuck it. Just,
That's right, Range.
purple.
I'm gonna have
Just
hat on.
just go for
you've
it.
crossed the
I'm
Rubicon
impre-
at that point. Just like go
You're
crazy.
I'm
past the
impressed.
threshold. Just
Yeah,
go
there you
for
go.
it.
I'm impressed Rand used the F word. What are you kidding? This is great. I'm excited. Wow.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Randy might curse more than I do, but no, actually, as I'm getting older, I'm cursing a lot more.
That's because you're at that point where you don't care anymore.
Fuck you, sir, and fuck you again.
I
That's
also
very
spend
British.
a lot of time with my siblings. They curse a lot, so it's a
Your
very
siblings?
Coast thing. So
Well, for Philly,
I
yeah,
don't know, I
because
curse a
you
lot
people
with my sibling.
yeah. If you're from New York, you use the F and the C word like a comma. So for us, it's not a big deal. And when I lived in Australia, they use the C word like hello. Okay, so that's a whole different experience when you live in Australia, and you have to get used to that. Randy, are you trying to think of what's the C word?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Can you just spell it for me?
C
Oh,
U.
okay. I got it.
There you
Next
go. Okay.
Tuesday.
You did that second
Oh
one.
my God, son, I'm getting the vipers now. I can't believe they use such
That is
words.
not a polite word.
I don't say that.
Yeah.
word.
okay,
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah,
want
she's like,
something
never.
else
I don't
now?
either.
Sure.
We'll get off the 4th of July stuff. Here's
All right.
something I will read either. Am I the asshole for telling my best friend his girlfriend is disgusting?
Oh, this will be good. Yay, finally. Okay, let's get
hear
this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's gone. And she's back.
I, 22 female, have been friends with Danny, 22 male, since high school, and he recently moved in with his current girlfriend, Lucy, 22 female. They had a housewarming party on Friday, and Lucy spent most of the night dancing with her own friends who are very like her, excitable, extroverted, and dragging Danny away from his conversations with us, his friends, to dance, even though he's more like us, introverted, not party animals. Later, Danny was being quiet, so I asked if he was okay, and he just said tired. But he just kept watching Lucy dancing and then said something in her ear the next time she came over, and she just shook her head and laughed at him. After she went back to her friends, I asked if it was bothering him how she was behaving, and he asked me to explain. I mentioned the attention-seeking dancing, and the fact this girl sounds judgy. Okay, and the fact she was wearing something really revealing, even though other guys were at this party. Danny said it didn't bother him, then sat with a moody face. At the end of the night, Lucy sat down with us and started chatting nonstop about how amazing the party had been. I pointed out jokingly Danny obviously wasn't enjoying himself since he looked miserable, and Danny told her I was worried he was jealous because of her outfit. Lucy ruffled his hair, which he hates, and said he was quiet because he loved her outfit so much he couldn't wait for us all to leave so he could drag her to the bed. I thought that was completely inappropriate and said to Danny, in case I leave, if she was just going to be disgusting. And Lucy just laughed at me, so I did leave. Today, Danny has messaged me saying Lucy wants to apologize before I'm allowed. Wants an apology before I'm allowed back at their home. But when I asked if Lucy will apologize for making me uncomfortable, he said, no, she doesn't have anything to be sorry about. I was genuinely only worried about my friend, but admit I could have just left without calling her disgusting. So am I the asshole?
Yes,
He's
yes,
created
you are.
problems in his friend's relationship that aren't there between them.
Thank you.
What the hell?
I think you secretly love Danny and will judge any girl that comes into his life.
Secretly in love with Danny.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
so is the OP a male or female?
Female.
So his friend is female. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person who posted is
so she wants him, and
okay.
she's
I thought it was a guy for some reason.
And even if it's a guy, just writing this, the way they sound so judgy. First of all, the new girlfriend, revealing clothes, the way they're done, ruffled his hair. He hates that. Like
that. Yeah.
Why can't women be more supportive of each other? Why is it always like this, like competition and That drives me insane. There's no need for that.
I love women that support each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because she
So-
has feelings for him and he didn't choose her. He chose someone else. So yeah, she doesn't need to be there anymore. Bye. Bye, girl.
Like, I mean, there's one thing, sure, if you're really good friends with someone and they do seem miserable in a relationship,
Mhm.
you can say that, but like, hey, you know what? You're a 22-year-old grown boy.
Right.
So
I have
if
to
you
call.
want to be,
I have to call Melania. I'll be right back. Go ahead. So,
if
Well,
you
you
want
have to support your friends. You can't
Yeah.
tell them who to date or what to do. I mean, all you can do
Mhm.
is just stand by them through whatever, come what may. You can
Well, there's a time and a
give them your
place too. When you're all
opinions.
drunk at a party, yeah, it's not the time to have that conversation. Like afterwards, the next day, you'd be like, "Hey, dude, you look miserable. Are you okay? Do we need to talk
Yeah.
about this relationship?" But not then.
or
Yeah.
just did you have a good
Give
time
your-
at your own party last night? That's a little different. Where she's like, and she wore a slutty outfit. And she wore this. She wore that.
Right.
The boyfriend saw the outfit before the friends came over, and most
Right.
guys, I don't care if you're 20 or 120, if your significant other, we'll assume it's a girl, or if you're a guy, wears something hot, cute, and sexy, you're like, I mean, like you don't want her in a potato sack, right? So, and your friends, hopefully, are respectful, and they're not going to do anything. So you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
this girl, I agree with you. I think she's in love with this guy, and the fact that she's probably a cow and can't have him, that's just the way it works. So, sorry,
whatever
too
the
soon?
case, I don't like women bringing down other women because they're having
Right.
Yeah.
at their
Yeah.
own.
You got to change out your
at
internet for
their
next
own
week.
party.
Yeah,
So.
she needs to go and like figure out her own shit before she's allowed back in that household, if
I
at
agree.
all.
She
I
was
agree.
Yeah.
really polarizing too, how she was like, our friends are this way and her friends are
Right.
this way. And it's like the whole point is these two are a couple and you want to try to mesh the two groups
Yep.
as best you can. Starting to
I
spill
agree.
knock things over here.
Have some more
Yay!
moonshine.
Maybe we should move on. I'm getting a little worked up.
Yeah.
She's like,
I can read. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my boyfriend's food on his birthday and getting him banned from a restaurant? Or
Oh, we got to hear
am
that.
am I the asshole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so she can make a good first impression?
Oh no, I could care less about sexist tradition. I want to hear about why the girl is too cheap to buy
The
a birthday
restaurant?
dinner. Yeah. Or listen, a sexist tradition. I mean, like sacrificing a virgin. We do this once a year. It's on October 31st. It's a Wiccan
But
thing.
that's all you
just gotta
need,
get
really.
used to
Yeah.
it.
If you do it right, yeah. Once a year is
Yeah.
fine.
Once a year is
I'll do
fine.
both. Anyways,
Okay.
okay.
We'll do a pass.
Okay. I, 18 female, have been dating my boyfriend John. Why they always call him John, male, 20
Right.
male.
Because that's
under-
because they're because John is an hourly guy. Go ahead.
Okay. So they've been dating for a little under a year. We have a pretty toxic-free relationship, but there's quite a bit of tension when it comes to me being vegetarian. I've been
Oh, boy.
vegetarian since 11, and I have very strict morals around it.
Morals? She has morals about being a vegetarian?
Strict morals.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Go ahead.
The one thing John has a problem with is me refusing to spend my money on meat. Ever since I started making my own money, I swore to myself that I would never spend a cent of it on meat. On our dates, we usually split the bill, and sometimes he pays for it all. I told him if he orders something meat-free, I'd happily pay for both of us, but he never does. When he pays for my food, it's when I've spent money on the activity, normally concerts and festivals. That's me paying 120 pounds plus. Okay, so maybe they're not from the US. On tickets,
British, yeah.
and him
Figures
spending
British.
50 pounds on food. His birthday was a few days ago, and we went out for dinner at his favorite fancy restaurant. He got the most expensive steak they had, along with a side salad and a bottle of wine. When we finished our food, I asked the waiter to split the bill, and John looked at me shocked. He asked if I was joking, and I said no. Then he told me he thought I was going to pay since it was his birthday, and he didn't budget for the meal. I asked him why he thought I'd pay since I've been very clear about my rule, but he couldn't give me a
What
reason.
an idiot this guy is.
I told him I'd pay for the wine and the side salad, but he'd need to pay for the steak. He was furious with me and stormed off to the bathroom. I paid for my meal and the wine and the salad and waited for him to come back. He didn't. After waiting for 20 minutes, I left. I found him sitting on a bench near where we parked. I asked him why he left, and he reminded him he needed to pay. He looked shocked when I said this and asked me if I didn't pay. I told him I'd paid for everything but the meat, and he lost it. He started yelling at me, telling me I was selfish, that I needed to grow up. I stayed calm and told him he needed to go back and pay. He scoffed and walked away, and I ended up driving home without him. Now he's saying it's my fault that he can't show his face in his favorite restaurant since he dined and ditched. It's a pretty small restaurant, so he'd 100% be recognized and kicked out. So am I the idiot?
Good.
Am I the asshole?
No, her boyfriend's
Has she
an
always
idiot.
had this? Has she always had this rule?
She said she's always had this rule.
Since she's 11.
And so he showed up at his birthday dinner and he just expected that it was going to be different because it was his birthday without discussing.
And got the most expensive steak.
And ordered the most expensive steak, and still wouldn't pay for it and bounced. Yeah. Her problem is she hasn't left this idiot. She's not an asshole. She's just dumb.
She's
Here's
also
another one that needs to dump him.
She's 18, so she paid for his wine and everything and his side salad. So it's okay. Here's one thing. I'm plant-based, and cool.
That's what happens to plant-based people.
Can't get
Just
used
like
to
that.
I was vegan in high school, and that was my choice. I never put it on anyone else.
Mhm.
If it is something that my boyfriends in high school, they ate meat. I didn't say, ew, you can't eat meat when you're around me. I didn't do that. And if I was treating, I was treating. I'm not going to be like, well, I'm not paying for your meat. So I think that's a little fine. You have your strict morals, but you can't put it on someone else. You can put it on for yourself.
Well, if you have strict morals, then you shouldn't be dating a guy who's not a vegetarian then.
Right. And
it's going to cause issues from day one.
Are you vegan? Because you're going to eat cow products, but you won't eat the meat. I don't know. But
I think they need to break up. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And number one, and the other thing is number two, he's like, I pay for the concerts and this, that, and then he buys. Listen, if you're the man, you pay. I'm sorry. I don't care. Like when I was 18, 19, if I took a girl out, I paid. And if we were dating, I paid. Now, if she surprised me and paid or took me somewhere, that's great. But no. This is the problem. Take this guy out like a horse, shoot him, and go get another boyfriend. That's all I can say. This guy's he's a friggin' loser. And he's from the UK. I rest my case. So there you go.
Hey, I mean, you should talk about David like that. Like, we don't know what happened in his past that made him that way, but.
No. So here, let's say I invite you out to dinner. It's your birthday.
Okay.
Do you expect that I will pay for your meal because it's your birthday?
If you invited me out.
Are we dating?
Yes, because you invited me out.
Dating. Sorry, dating. We're dating.
Right. If someone invites me out, even whether it's friends or my wife takes me out because it's my birthday or it's like, what, they go, I'm taking you to dinner, then yes, I expect it. However,
I would expect it.
What my friends know from me is I drink one sip of scotch, whether you're paying or I'm paying. And what I will do is I will have them put my scotch on my own bill because most people don't want to pay for what I drink. And I'm okay with that. I'll be like, I got my scotch. And I have friends in New York will be like, no. You drink the same scotch day in and day out. We're good. Order your scotch. Right. And that's it. So that's.
I would expect him to pay.
Because it's his birthday. It's his girlfriend. He was probably thinking, okay, she'll pay for dinner. But he knows she has a rule. And if she didn't pay and she paid for everything else, go back to the freaking restaurant and pay for your.
He didn't have the money, maybe. It sounds like, I mean, if she's paying
for
other
just
stuff.
For the meat. She paid for everything else, the wine and the side salad. Does he not have a credit card?
And he was silly for thinking that she would compromise her morals just because it's his birthday. I mean, I would expect the man I'm dating to pay for my birthday meal, but not if it compromised his morals and it was this long-standing arrangement.
If it's something that's already been going on.
But you would know that, right? So if I say, hey, we're going out for your birthday and you know that I don't pay for whatever. I don't anything green I won't pay for. There's a stupid example kind of like this one that we just read. And you're like, I'm going to have and you're like, I want 14 salads. I'm like, you realize, and I'm not paying for it, then that's on you, right? So if you're going out to dinner with someone who says, I don't want to pay for X, whatever X might be, then don't order it. Like if someone says, I won't buy alcohol.
Pick the most expensive thing, it doesn't
have it. That's also. Yeah, that's. I will never. I usually let them order first because then I'm like, all right, they ordered something for X. I got to be within that price range, a couple of dollars. I'm always afraid to order first, even if I'm paying, because I'm like, I don't want to be like a dick. you know, or I guess
Right.
an asshole. I
Exactly.
think it's got to be like, you know, but I don't know.
Yep.
It's the old school, the
Especially
old
when you're
world ways.
18. Like
Yeah,
18,
and back then,
Jesus.
but he wasn't brought up right. That's all I can say. Like if I was his dad right now and his girlfriend came over and told me that, not only would I slap him around, New Zealand Rocco would teach him how to fly. And hopefully we live on at least the third story. But I'm just saying that makes no sense. It's like, this goes back to one of the other shows we talked about parenting. You're not being parented at all. Like if
Yeah.
you're a gentleman, a young gentleman, you would know what to do in this situation.
I mean, I
You know,
dated a guy when I was 17 and he was in college. And he always forgot his wallet. He was that guy.
Right.
So I
Okay.
always ended up paying for everything because at the time he'd be like, "Oh, I forgot my wallet" or whatever, and I'd be
Yep.
like, "Oh, okay," you know, and I'm dumb, you know, I'm young, and that went on for a while until I finally, you know, was like, I don't have any money either, and I finally like light bulb, but it took a while. Like I was happy to
Right.
kind of like, oh, okay, do it, and just not. Now
Right.
I would have been like, are you freaking kidding me? Like from the get go. But yeah, back then I
Yep.
was like, sure, I'll pay for everything because you forgot your wallet again.
Yeah, people are they're clueless.
Yeah.
Rachel? Rachel being in deep thought. Rachel, we're over here.
Can we do the sexist one?
I'm
very
reading
quickly.
more. Am I the asshole? I'm in. I'm in.
She's
You want
like,
me to
this is going to be,
take one?
ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be we should have done this show live, first of all. Second of all, this is going to be a 7-hour show today. Good luck with that. So,
Oh yeah,
come in and out.
really, we're like way over. Yeah.
Well, if David was, right? If David was here, we are way over. When I'm in charge,
David would have cut us off.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Oh, we're going. Yeah, because this is just like I said, this is social intercourse with social intercoursing throw in. So yeah, do another one.
Okay.
People can leave whenever they want.
I'll go to the one. Okay. Ooh, I might have to take off my jacket for this. Okay.
Oh,
Get a juicy, like a really juicy one that we can like.
boom, boom, checka wow.
Well, there was another one that I was reading about a husband lying about who's infertile to his family. Okay.
Oh my God.
I was reading that one. Okay. So this is a sexist one.
Okay.
I have a big family that's incredibly close. We have big family dinners every few months where we all meet at my great grandfather's estate and eat together. Especially how this works. Yeah. Or typically how this works is that the women go cook for the time they're there and the men don't, which I am fully aware is sexist as hell. That being said, I am one of the youngest people in my family and my protests mean literally nothing. Some of those women choose not to cook. However, this is usually met with a level of ostracizing. The women who don't cook are lives and long-term girlfriends. What are lives?
Lives?
Yeah. I think it's
wives?
a typo.
I think there's a typo.
Wives.
Okay.
Yeah, it's wives and long-term.
Yeah. The women who don't cook are wives and long-term girlfriends. So they kind of already have a good family relationship doctored in. When I have seen new partners not cook, it's gone bad, like completely ostracized, not speaking, cattiness, rudeness, etc. This dinner will be in 2 weeks, and my girlfriend was asked if she would attend. Initially, she said yes, which is great. I want for her to meet everyone and for everyone to get used to her being around. But when I explained to her the tradition, she was understandably bothered. I told her that I understand where she's coming from. However, it was best for everyone if she just played along. I told her this isn't a permanent thing and that I am only asking her to do this so that she can avoid the bad treatment from the rest of the family. This is her first impression and I don't think it's best if we cause waves. She told me that it's unacceptable and that she has not had to do all of these things and will not be going. I've tried to find a compromise with her, but on this, she won't budge and she's pissed at me. She told me that if I think it's acceptable to make her do this, I'm just as bad as everyone else. Well, my point is that she needs to make a good first impression. Am I the asshole?
No.
Just invite her to a different event first meeting. Why does it have to be this?
Yeah. Go to dinner at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. They're not.
It's obviously it's a cultural thing, and she's going to have to get used to it if she's going to be part of that family. So she's either going to have to like swallow it and be okay with it for a while, or as long as it's not happening at home.
Calm down.
Well,
I don't know. I'm kind of like, you want the family to like you, and yeah, you might not like a lot of their traditions, but if you love the person you're with, you kind of sometimes suck up suck it up and you do things.
Right.
Exactly. And he said
Yeah.
that he doesn't feel that way. It's just how his family is. So it's not like he's going, hey, you're the woman, you're going to go cook at my family thing. She's
this is not
the
a
asshole.
permanent thing. So I feel like
Yeah.
he's not really an asshole. He wants his family to not be rude to her. So I
Right.
had this kind of situation happen to me in my relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't introduced
And that was it. And then she's gone again.
to the family for, I don't know, 5 years or so, because part of the family, great. Specifically, one person he was very worried about. But when we did have a gathering, there's a lot of women in the kitchen cooking, and we're Asian, we're Korean. They're going to be cooking, and I cook. So people are like, "Oh, you have no problems cooking," and I was like, "Well, I work a lot. That's not my job. It is now, but it wasn't then." And I was like, "I only cook when I want to." Like for my boyfriend at the time, I only cooked when I wanted to, and he did all the cleaning. Mm-hmm. But I was in the kitchen and I wasn't doing much. I was just cutting some fruit, making it seem like I was participating and helping. I was just cutting some fruit. He kept coming into the kitchen like, are you okay? Are you like, don't cut your fingers. I'm like, go away. You're making me look bad. So I was going to take it for the team and cut 100 pieces of apples if I had to. Just to,
I think the girl's the girl's being the asshole.
Yeah, I think she's being an asshole. I think you can be you can have your values but yeah, if you love someone, you put up with something.
Yeah, and the women probably aren't even looking at it as a sexist division. It's probably just all the women gather and cook, and that's a way for them to have their alone time and bond together as women in the family, and they just happen to be cooking. I don't know that it's we have to serve the men on silver platters. Maybe it's not really.
Well, wait. There's no silver platter. Oh, well, that's just totally wrong.
No, let's play the long game. If he's one of the youngest in the family, the older people with their older set in ways, they're going to die off soon. They can start their own tradition. So.
Wow. That's a cheery note. Listen, you're all going to be dead, honey. Just come to the party because in 6 years they're all dead.
Just
probably not the best strategy, but
start your own.
Grandma, grandpa, the aunts, the uncles, they're all going to die soon. I get everything. Don't worry. No, that'll be great. So then we'll have servants, and it won't be like you have to cook it all. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. That's good thinking.
He said it's just temporary. Like there's other long-term girlfriends and wives who don't cook. They've already set a relationship with them. That's all she has to do. Just fake it until, you don't do anymore. So
that is true. That is funny.
Some people are just too
he's not an asshole. He's not.
No.
I think he was good. But ladies, we are at 67 minutes.
Yeah.
Which we can, and this, I know Rachel can go on forever, and I'm almost tempted. But since this is part of social intercoursing.
I need food in my belly.
Okay, I'm sorry. I sure, because you gotta get your hair back. I understand.
This is the problem too. Once I start drinking, I don't know what to know.
Wow. So for all those older men that were writing me about Rachel, yes, she is looking for an older gentleman because she's hoping that you'll die and she can have her own traditions and go from there. And whether you're
playing the long game.
She's playing the long game. So if you're 75 or older, she's interested, right?
Listen,
and because
she's
like in a wheelchair.
For my man, that I'm waiting for
85.
I'm waiting.
And Roger's 85, and Vicky, if you're 18 or at least 17 and 360
if you're legal and I won't go to prison,
maybe 95. I don't have a lot of patience.
Okay, so like, listen, if you're 90, she figures the honeymoon and he's done, and that's it. She's like, you're done. I was a good wife for 12 hours. Leave me alone. We only dated for 36. It was perfect. That's right. It was great. And Nicole Smith Jr.
Well, I mean, if people like this, comment below, and maybe we'll do it again, and maybe we'll do it live, and maybe we'll drink more. I don't know.
That's going to be awesome. And we'll send pictures we'll have Rachel's Great Dane picture of the cowboy hat. Sorry, that's a different
cowboy hat.
What? She said a cowboy hat. You wrote her Great Dane with a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't have that one anymore. You're gonna have to send it to me.
I have them.
No, you have to send it to all of us. We're do with these pictures. All of us. Yes, we're going to enjoy torturing Rachel. Ladies,
master
it's always
Photoshop
a pleasure.
right here.
I'm aware. Thank you for having me on your show. And David, you're probably, whether you're listening or not listening, just remember we did kick your asses in 1776 because your country pussies. And that's it. But don't forget, that's true. They are. They've got a queen, and that's Prince Charles. You know what I'm saying? So, I've seen him in drag. Yeah.
You know what, people? Join us next week for regular social intercourse and keeping assholes. Put it up on Reddit. I love it. Keeping assholes.
And don't forget to yes, they do love judging. Trust me, you haven't seen us when we're off the air. Ladies, have a wonderful 4th of July. Everybody have a wonderful 4th of July. Be safe. We'll see everybody next week. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And now I have to figure out where the ending is. Oh, here it is. Let's see how this works.